Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of The Wolf of Wall Street. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, The Wolf of Wall Street is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, directed by Martin Scorsese. It comes in the standard slipcover edition, available at all your local and online retailers, as it does a non-exclusive steelbook. So, The Wolf of Wall Street. On the film itself, I have to say I am a huge fan of Martin Scorsese and his movies. I am also a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio, and I feel his turn as Jordan Belfort. This movie is, I would honestly compare it to a Wall Street version of Goodfellas. That's really how it plays out, in my opinion. It has such great characters. As despicable as some of the actions are by some of them, you really have a good rounded narrative that works, and Scorsese does it masterfully behind the camera. There's a great cast, as I mentioned, and set pieces. Just locations are also really well done here. This movie, I feel, it's hard to watch. There's a lot of, questionable content, but it's still something I would put up in Scorsese's best of films. And it's something that really you need to watch. I mean, if you care about, the inner workings of Wall Street and the financial aspects of our economy, yeah, you're definitely going to learn a few things, and wow, there's just so much to really take in, and I just enjoy the film. It's not something I go back to because of the subject matter quite a bit, but when I do, it is, just one of those movies you really will think about afterwards. So, all right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray slipcover edition of The Wolf of Wall Street. I have to say I didn't care for the artwork on the steelbook, but it's out there if, anybody wants to pick it up. But, and if you have the existing Blu-ray, it's just pretty much the same. And we have the back, and then we have the spine. And no Blu-ray included, just the 4K disc. So, yeah, very basic presentation. Now, let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 239:1 aspect ratio with occasional shifts, finished at a 4K digital intermediate with HDR10 and Dolby Vision for the grading. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. The movie was shot using a mixture of both film and digital sources, and for the most part, the picture is very clean on the Ultra HD. There is a very light film grain that is present throughout the film, and it adds to a cinematic look. Considering the already excellent picture quality that is present on the existing Blu-ray, I was curious to see how Dolby Vision would implement those color gradings. I will say that it's not going to be a drastic difference. Whoever graded this one, whether it's the director or the cinematographer, I think kept things very reserved. That's not to say there isn't some visual pop. Just the natural appearance of the colors throughout the movie, I think, are very rich. But here, I will say that Dolby Vision refines those aspects. It looks very good. Skin tones look very warm for the most part. And just, I would say some of the locations are a little bit more vivid. But your day-to-day in-office kind of situations with gray suits and brown, I think they look good, but they're not going to be anything that I would say would melt your eyeballs. Color is very reserved, refined as I said, and the Dolby Vision grading does a very good job. Black levels generally are deep throughout the film. Unfortunately, I did notice several instances of black crush. In this particular screen grab, McConaughey's suit, at least in my viewing experience, looked very crushed, and a couple exterior nighttime scenes also look the same way. It's something I was actively looking for a review. The casual viewer may not notice it, but if you're sensitive, I think you will as well. The 4K Ultra HD enjoys a nice uptick in detail. It's not a drastic difference from the standard Blu-ray, but where I really did notice it was the various clothing that the characters wear throughout the film. Those expensive suits, dresses, costuming. You could practically make out the individual fibers. And those up-close shots of facial features also stand out in that department. The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 audio mix. Yes, this is the same track ported over from the existing Blu-ray. I have mixed feelings about this, of course. While the movie itself is very dialogue heavy driven, I do feel that there are enough elements that would have warranted an Atmos upgrade. So those looking for a Dolby Atmos, you're probably going to be disappointed with this release. Dialogue is prioritized in the center channel with no problems to report. The front speakers, they handle a good amount of the film's energy and they're complementary to the center. The rear speakers, there's a good amount of ambient activity, mostly reserved for the trading floor, a lot of crowd chatter, phones ringing, that sort of thing, but it does add a little bit of immersive elements. And the LFE, it kicks on occasion. It's not too heavy-handed, but when you have that scene where the characters are on the yacht during the storm, it definitely rumbles to life, and other similar situations benefit there as well. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a B+. While the 4K presentation is fine, I'm not sure owners of the existing Blu-ray need to rush out and pick this one up. The colors are a little bit more well refined, but unfortunately the black crush is just too noticeable to ignore. The increase in overall detail is a nice uptick, so if you don't already own the existing Blu-ray, you can definitely pick this one up for yourself. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one a B. Unfortunately, there's no Dolby Atmos upgrade here, and if you're a fan of the audio track, you have definitely heard this one before. It has a good amount of energy up front, the surround sound environment is active, mostly in office settings, but the overall presentation is still good. Those looking for an upgrade and deciding their 4K purchase, you might be disappointed in that area. So that is my review of The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.